love relationship. How to know you are ready for marriage in your relationship. How do you know? What are the things that must be in place for you to know that yes, I am now ready to take the next step in my relationship, to get along and get married to my partner? Those are the things we want to look at today. And Sketchy Vibe Matchmaking and Love Relationship platform. We come to find love, come to find relationship, come to find connection, come to find our soulmates, and also learn how to make our relationship to be sweet, enjoyable, vibrant, and lasting. So if you are there and you are interested in this kind of a topic, come nearer. And if you are not interested in this kind of a topic, and why not? We all are involved in one form of relationship or the other, or your brothers, or your sisters, or your friends, or just anybody at all. So it's everybody's business. We all have to know what signs we must see for us to know that we can send a link to a partner, to a friend, to a relation, to all this as young ones coming up now, so that they will be able to take a good they'll be properly informed, so they will not make mistakes. So this is what we must put in place to be able to do well in our relationship. That's what I'm looking at today. What we must do, what we must see, what we must feel, what we must experience, the things that must be in place for us to know that yes, it's time for me to say I do. So the number one thing we must put in place to know we are ready for relationship, to settle down for marriage, is we must be emotionally ready. Emotional readiness is one of the very important things. Yeah, why it is very important is because you will not settle down with a partner if you are not emotionally stable. If you are still not able, maybe you are hurting, or you have one issue or the other you are battling with, or you have one problem or one challenge either in your place of work or in your previous relationship, you have not quite sorted yourself, you are still maybe nursing one past feeling, one past hurt. You were hurt in your previous relationship and you have not quite come over it, we still making you to feel low. You won't be able to flow well with your present partner. You won't, there's no way you can flow well with him, with him or her. And so it will impact negatively on your relationship, and it will be bringing problems between you and partner. So it's very important you sort it out and make sure you're ready, emotionally ready, before you start off anything about relationship, before you think of settling down with a partner on long-term basis. The next thing you must put in place if you want to settle down with a partner and make a success of it is you make sure that you are compatible with your partner. Yes, compatibility is very important. You cannot marry somebody who doesn't resonate with you, doesn't reason with you, who doesn't believe in what you believe in, who doesn't look at things the way you look at those things, who does not believe in what you believe in. So who does not share you must have at least 60% of things you love should be the same thing or similar to the same thing that he or she loves. I cannot be in love of football. I love playing football. I love game, and my partner doesn't like anything about football, doesn't like anything about games. How do we cope? How will we be able to interact? How will we be able to do well? How will we be able to flow? It's not going to work out fine. It will put pressure either on me or on my partner. He or she will be wondering, then we will be feeling stifling, to be stifling. The next thing you must, okay, for example, this compatibility, I don't like I have a friend who says that the husband doesn't like seasoning, any kind of seasoning at all, doesn't like maggi, doesn't like no cube, doesn't like anything at all that is not salt. That's the only thing. And this my friend cannot do without extra seasoning. These are the people that grew up with maggi, they grew up with so many different types of seasoning, and she making food without putting seasoning, it's something she cannot even understand. She can't imagine it. So but because she was wise and bright, she knew how to handle it, she was able to cope with it. What she started doing was she will make food. After making the food, she will bring out her own food first. She will bring out her own food since she likes seasoning and the husband doesn't like, or she will bring out the husband's food first before she will now put her husband's own. Okay, she will now add seasoning in her own, and her husband's own will be with that seasoning. She was able to handle that. And of course, as I said, compatibility, if you people are 60% compatible, you can work on it. But a situation whereby you see that the compatibility, assuming you should grade it, is just 40-60. You are only compatible in 40% rate. and incompatibility, it will be a strain on the relationship. It will not work out fine. And that's one of the things you want to work on, to make sure before you settle down, before you say yes I do to somebody, try to make sure that you people are compatible to some extent, to that level that it can be healthy, or devise means of matching up, of meeting each other at the middle playground. Okay, the third thing you must put in place before you settle down, for you to know that you are ready for settling down, is you must be able to communicate very well. Communication is a very important thing in our relationship. If you are not able to speak to your partner for him or her to understand you, how does she do what you want him or her to do? How do you put work together if you don't understand each other, if you don't agree with each other, or maybe you cannot listen properly? Because communication, we have been emphasizing on the importance of not just communication, not just speaking, but attentively listening, actively listening to your partner. We said by you to actively listen to your partner, you must be able to wait for your partner to say what he or she wants to say, to finish whatever thing he or she wants to say, before you make a response, before you answer or add your own, or ask questions. If you don't wait for him or her to finish what he or she is saying, and you just interject, or you just speak your mind along the line between his speech, you might make a mistake. Either you say what he didn't say, or you respond out of ignorance, or it will just bring friction. So we advise that you attentively and actively listen to your partner. Whatever thing he or she is telling you, you should be able to listen very, very well and hear him or her out before you make your own contribution, or before you ask questions, or before you have your own views in the matter. Okay. The fourth thing you must put in place to find out whether you're ready to settle down for marriage or not, is you must be financially stable. Finances come a long way. They help relationships in a great deal. If you don't have enough finances, how will you be able to spend some time with your partner without it affecting your financial capacity? How will you handle it? So that is why we say you must be financially stable. You must be able to, you have a situation whereby you are comfortable enough to be able to stay off work for 1 day or 2 days without feeling bad, without it biting heavily on your finances. If you are not able to stay out from work for 2 or 3 days to handle your relationship, how will you cope with it? Maybe your partner needs you to attend a function with her, but you need to do 12 hours. Without that 12 hours, you may not be able to have enough money to foot your bills. It's not proper. That's why for you to get involved in a relationship and get to the point of saying, oh, I do, you should be able to have put in place a certain level of financial stability. You should have been able to grow to the extent that you can lay off work on weekends and spend good time with your partner, because that your relationship needs time. Your relationship needs quality time. You need to spend enough time with your partner, and you will not now start calculating, I'm spending 2 hours with my partner, those 2 hours I'm spending with my partner, I could have used it to make 20 pounds times 2. You should have lived above that level. You should be able to sacrifice that number of hours and spend quality time with your partner without it biting hard on your finances. Yes. So the fifth thing you must put in place to be able to know you are going to make a good success in your marriage is you have to have family and cultural considerations. Consider your culture, your values, his or her own culture, your value, the considerations. Consider your values, your belief system, your cultural and your family system. Consider all of them to be able to know exactly whether you are going into that relationship or not. Yes, let me tell you what happened to us in our platform. A lady came crying to us one day. Do you know what happened to her? She got involved with a guy. They met in the city, got involved with each other, and she took in and she had put to bed to a baby girl before this issue came up, because they didn't consider this family and the cultures and the values and the belief system. They didn't check it very well. That was what impacted negatively on their relationship, because she didn't know that she was going out a guy that is related to her by blood. They traced it back to the old generation and found out that there's a link. They have a bloodline linkage somewhere, and that bloodline, because they are from a part of the world that, if you dey trace back and find out that you have a kind of a connection with your partner by any means at all, by blood, if it is great grandparents, there's a link between your parents, great grandparents, and your wife's great grandparents. The marriage cannot hold. They won't let it happen. They consider it a taboo, and they feel it to bring a bad omen, not only to the present family, but kind of to the extended family. So they fight against it. They work against it seriously, so they don't allow it to happen. So this is what happened to that lady. She got involved with a guy, fell in love. They were staying together in the city. They got involved and got married. Sorry, they didn't get married. They had the baby. For them to go to the village to do the family things, for the family to meet, and for them to do the marital rites, to do the wedding proper, they now had to go and do the searching. The family constitution we are talking about, the values and the family system, they had to go and do searching, and they found out that this girl and this guy, that they are related by blood. They traced their generation backwards, found out that there is a link somewhere in the past. And so they worked. Both parents said no to the relationship, to the marriage. Meanwhile, a child had been brought forth already. They already had a child together. What do you now do to the child that has come up? So it was a very big problem, and at the end of the day, they had to do what had to be done. They separated because they didn't consider the family values, the tradition, the culture of both parties. If they had done that, they had gone home to search, they would have found out that they are related by blood. That communication, that relationship would have stopped. So the fourth thing we are going to talk about that you must put in place for you to be able to know, yes, you are ready for marriage, is that your partner, you have to know her values, her belief system. It's similar to the one we just talked about. The value system, belief system, you must have shared values. You must have the same values, as in what you believe in should be what she believes in. You believe in the supremacy. There are some cultures that believe that children are more of the woman's own than the man's own. If you belong to that kind of a culture, you should make your partner to know, so that there will be no fracas. There's a culture I know, it is the woman and her family that brings up, that trains the children. They are the ones that say what happens to the lives of the children. They are the ones that foot the bills of the children. They are the ones that pay the fees and see them through school or through any kind of training. And if you are from that kind of a culture, and your husband is not from that, and your husband will be busy training his own sister's children, and your own brothers, your family will be busy training your own children. So if you are not from that kind of a culture, you should let your partner know. He should know that you have that, because it's a rare culture. So your partner should know, so that it doesn't bring friction. The next thing we have to consider, you must put in place to be able to settle down with a partner, is you must make sure that your vision, your long-term vision, is similar or the same as his or her own long-term vision. I will not be planning to become a Miss World in the next 2 years. I'm keeping fit. I'm making myself trim. I'm trying to do one or two things to maintain a perfect figure. And my partner is planning in the next 2 years, I should have had a baby. Have you seen the differences? That's why we say that you must be able to have the same vision, the same future goal with your partner. The long-term vision should be similar or the same, to avoid friction, to avoid problems. The next thing you must put in place to know whether you are ready to marry or not is, you must make sure that you know how to resolve conflicts. Learn how to resolve conflicts. Some people don't know that when you have, of course, conflicts must come in every relationship. There's bound to be conflicts. How do you resolve these conflicts is what we should be concerned about. So how to resolve these conflicts and make sure the relationship does not break down is our concern. And how to resolve conflicts without the relationship breaking down is by you tackling the problem, tackling the issues. Not you talking about yourself, or I'm to blame, you are to blame. No, we are talking about what happened, what caused the problem, handling that issue. You should be matured enough in conflict resolution. That is how you will know that you're ready to settle down. If you are still in the business of, there are some people that they are so quick to blame others. No matter what happens, they always look for who to blame. If you have not overgrown that attitude, then no need for you to go into any relationship that has led into marriage. It's not yet time for you to settle that. If you don't know how to take blame, you should be bold enough to take responsibility of your mistakes. I say, oh my sweetie, I understand, I'm at fault, I should have done this. Or you don't necessarily even have to blame yourself. You rather find out what happened, why did the problem come up, solve that problem, and not tackling each other, not addressing each other, not finding fault. Learn how to not feel I'm not at fault. You should be able to know that the issue that has come up has come up. So you learn how to work on it, tackle the problem, solve the problem, and not having to tackle each other. That's how to resolve conflicts in a matured way. And that's what, so you must learn how to resolve conflicts very well for you to know that you are now ready to settle down in marriage. The next thing you must do is that you must have support system. You must have your support system. You must have some circle of friends. You must have your brothers, your sisters, somebody you can talk to, somebody you can always run to, because you never can know it all. In case you have issues, you need a counsel, you need a listening ear, you need somebody that can give you some, neutral advice, a neutral person. You need that support system. When you have that kind of a system, somebody who is there who can always tell you the truth without mincing words, then you are ready for settling down. The next you must put in place for you to know you are ready to settle down is you should be able to have forgotten your past luggages, the issues you have, your past relationships, the problems you don't carry over any problem you had your previous relationship into a present one. If you are able to handle it, sort it, differentiate, disconnect yourself from your past baggage, from your past relationship, from your past mistakes, from your past hurt, then you will be able to do well in your present relationship. Then you are settled, you are ready to settle down. The next one you must put in place is timing. You should know the proper time for the marriage to take place. You, a partner, two of you should be able to decide, okay, this is the stage we are going to be able to do it in the next 2 years, or we are going to be able to settle that in the next 3 years, because that by that time my partner would have finished her school and I would have gotten to a certain level in my work or in my career, and this is the best time for you. Should know the time, because if you now go into that relationship when the time is not right, when you didn't calculate your timing right, it might impact negatively on that relationship, and it will either put a strain on the relationship, or it might even collapse it. And so timing is very important. For example, your partner is going for a course, 6 months course abroad, and you are here in the country, and you are fixing your marriage in between the 6 months. No, will he be shuttling between that place to come back to the town for you to do marriage? No, it just be ideal to now put the marriage, push it to when it will be convenient. That will be when he would have finished the course and he's back to base. That will be the ideal time to fix the marriage. I'm just giving an example. You know how to time yourselves in your actions, in your activities. The next thing you must do is you must be able to have the same feeling. You and your partner must have the shared desire, the shared feeling, the shared the mutual desire. The desire to marry should be mutual, not you compelling her, or not you forcing him, or not you trying to cajole him or cajole her, or you trying to push him into what he doesn't want when he doesn't want it. Is wrong. Two of you should be naturally ready. Okay, I am in school now. In the next 2 years, I would have graduated. I would have taken up an appointment. I should be doing well financially. Okay, this marriage can take place in the next 3 years. And then your partner will say, okay, 3 years is fine by me. By that 3 years, I should have saved up some money, or I should have finished a project I have. So you now know that you have desired to get settled at a particular time, and he desires to settle down with you, just like you two are desiring to. Two of you must have the same desire to be married to each other. That's when it will work. Not one person forcing the other, or one person tricking the other. Some people trick some people to marry them, either by feigning they are pregnant, or even being pregnant and compelling him or her, compelling a child, a girl, or a man to marry you when he or she is not ready. You will not get the best out of the relationship, and that's the beginning of the failure of that relationship. The last but not the last thing we put in place as the points you must put in place to be able to marry and marry well, or to know when to marry, is you must be healthy. You must be healthy, and you have a proper well-being. If you are not healthy, how do you enter into a relationship with sickly body? I have somebody in my platform that is um, talking about marriage. He's a 45-year-old guy. I think he has been into a relationship that didn't work out. So now he's looking for a relationship. So normally what to do in a platform is that if a lady sees a guy he likes, she likes, or a guy sees a lady, you show interest, the admin will do the connection. So when we're trying to connect this guy to a lady he said that he liked, the lady said they had chatted each other before previously, we don't know when, that they had chatted each other previously and that she doesn't want him, and besides that he has health issues. And I was like, what? How did but I didn't ask her, how do you know he has health issues? But that was what she told me, that the guy has health issues. So you see it, that's why I said, for you to know you are ready for marriage, if you have any health issues, you should sort it. You don't need to carry sickness into a relationship. How will you put in your best? Remember, your relationship also needs time, it needs effort, it needs stamina, it needs energy. You need your strength to be able to build relationships. People don't know that relationships are not, they don't happen by chance. It takes conscious effort. You have to put in your best. You have to put in work, hard work. You have to put in effort, stamina, because you need to be there for your partner. How will you be there when you are not well? You need to be there for her or him emotionally, physically, and otherwise. If you are not there, you are always sickly. How will you be able to help her? How will you be able to help him? How will you be able to forge ahead in your relationship? So that is why you have to be healthy and have to have your well-being has to be put in place before you be able to know that you are ready to marry, you are ready to settle down. And two of you, not only one person, the two parties have to be healthy. Do a health check up your health status, check up your BP, check up your sugar level, try and make sure you are okay, you don't have any issue, you don't have any challenge you are bringing into that relationship, otherwise to put an undue strain on the relationship and it will stifle it. Thank you very much. This is Kechysvibes matchmaking and love relationship platform. I can see some people at the comment section. Please, if you have anything to contribute to what we're saying, go ahead and contribute. And normally, anytime we're live, it's time for matchmaking. We matchmake. So if you are there, you want a partner, you want a soulmate, you want a relationship, you want a connection, you can come up to the screen, tell us your name, your age, location, blog group, genotype, what to do for a living, describe the kind of a partner you want. Who knows, your partner might even be there at the comment section. Connection will just take place immediately. Or it can drop all your information at the comment section, information about your name, your age, location, blog group, genotype, what to do for a living. Drop all of them at the comment section there. We'll pick it up from there and work on it for you. Or you can join us after the live. You see a link either at the bio description, anywhere around the video. You see a link that will take you straight to our community where we do matchmaking. Yes, it's a vibrant community where we work and we do away with depression and make ourselves happy. It's a vibrant community. We would love to belong there. So if you are there and you want a partner, go ahead, feel free, use out any of the three options and let's get going. So we looked at when you know you are ready for marriage, you are ready for a long-term relationship. That's the topic we brought today, so that you get to know. Please like this video, share it, let everybody get to know, because some people may be making mistakes. That's why you see so many breakups in the world these days. People enter into relationships and they end up marrying when they are not ready, because they don't know what to put in place. These are the things you must of necessity put in place before you can now know when you're entering into that marriage, you will not make a mess of it, you'll be able to make a success of it. Let me just run them down again for you to, in case you are joining us now. We are talking about the things. How do you know you are ready for marriage? How do you know what are the things you must put in place to be able to get married and make a success of it? Those are the things we are looking at. So we are not saying there are about 10 of them, 13 of them, precisely 13 in number. Number one is you must be emotionally ready. Two, you must be compatible with your partner. Three, you must be able to communicate effectively with your partner. You must be able to have a financial stability, a certain degree of financial stability. You must have family and cultural consideration. Take it into family and culture. You must take it into consideration. You must also have shared values and beliefs. Number 6, you must have a shared long-term vision. What you plan for your future should be what he or she has in plan for his or her future too. You must know how to resolve conflict perfectly. You have to be able to know how to resolve conflict very well. You must have a support system. Yes, you must have a support system. You must have forgotten your past issues and past baggages. Things that happened to you in the past, you don't allow them to affect your present relationship. You must know the time, and you must also have a mutual feeling with your partner. You're desiring the same thing as he or she is desiring, so that you'll be able to work together during the time for the marriage. Your time for the marriage should be the same time. He should be desiring marriage just as we are desiring it. The last but not the least reason or point is you must be healthy. You must have a good health status to be able to enter into a marriage relationship and make a most of it. So that is what we brought today. If there's any point we didn't mention, any point we omitted, any point you think we should elaborate on, or you think that should be included that we didn't include, please come up to the screen and tell us, or drop it there at the comment section, so that anybody that's going through this video will get to see it and get to learn. We are all here to learn and improve in our relationships. So that is what we brought today. I hope I'll be able to make myself clear. This is Sketchy Vibe Matchmaker and Love Relationship Platform. We will come to find love, connection, come to find soulmates, come to find relationships, and learn how to make our relationship to become sweet, enjoyable, vibrant, and lasting. So anytime we're alive, it's time for matchmaking. So if you want a partner, please come up to the screen and let us know. Then at the end of the day, please, if you have watched this video to this point, there's a challenge. Somebody brought a challenge which I want us to look at. What do you advise this guy? He is in a dilemma. He is now asking for advice. He's asking for counsel. And normally when we have issues like this, we bring out to the field like this for people to give their own advice, to give their own suggestion, to advise a brother in need. Says he got married to a lady, that after marrying the lady, the family of the lady sent the lady's junior sister to come to help them. Normally in Africa, you marry, you take your sibling to stay, to be helping you in some chores in the house. So I don't know what happened to this man. He now put the sister in the family way. He put the sister, junior sister of the wife, in a family way too. So what happened was that they went home. It was a problem. They went home, and the family of the girl told him that he must marry the two of them. That he must marry the two of them, and that's what happened. He now married the two ladies, and now he said that the two girls he married. Remember, he married the first one. The first one was he brought the second person, the same sibling, his sibling, to be helping, and he impregnated her. So the problem that came up led them to go back to the village to go to find out what could happen. They said he must marry the two. So he's now marrying the two of them, two ladies. But the problem he's having now is that he said the two of them, they stopped cooking for him. They stopped giving him food. They stopped talking to him. They stopped attending to him. Everything a woman does for a husband, the two of them, there's none of them. It's like they had a meeting. They are not doing anything for him again. So he's just like somebody who is not married. And so he has now come to the platform to ask, what does he do? He's asking us, please, what do you think this guy should do? If you have watched to this point, please drop your own idea, drop your own advice. What do you advise him to do? After impregnating the first sister, he impregnated the second sister. Now he married the two of them. Now the two of them, he has two wives. It's like he's living like somebody who doesn't have a wife. They don't cook for him. They don't wash his clothes. They don't attend to him. They don't even behave like he's in the house. They are just doing their own things, and he is doing his own things, and he's crying out, asking for help, asking for counsel, asking for advice. That what does he do in this kind of situation? What do I advise him to do? Do I advise him to divorce the two of them for them to go home? Or do I advise him to go and marry a third one? Or what does he do? So it's a challenge he has, and he has come up to cry out to the public that we should please advise him on what to do. Is there any law that will compel these two ladies to start, taking care of him as a wife would do? Is there any law? Or if you're a lawyer here, please advise him, because he will always also come to this comment section to wait for the advice. So do well by advising him on what he can do. As it is, it has become an issue for him, so he brought you to the house. So this is what we have for today. This is Kechysvibes Vibe Matchmaker and Love Relationship Platform. We'll come to find connection, come to find love, come to find relationship, and come to learn how to make a relationship to be sweet, enjoyable, vibrant, and lasting. So if you're there and you want a partner, please drop all your information at the comment section. Information about your name, your age, location, blog group, gender type, what to do for a living. Describe the kind of a partner you want. Tell us the age range of the partner you want, so that we'll be able to work on it for you. or you can join us in our community where we do matchmaking, or you can come up to the screen. The community, I'll drop a link at the comment section or anywhere around the video that will take you straight to that community where we do matchmaking. Who knows, your partner may even be there already waiting for you. A connection will take place immediately. So far so good. That's what we have for today. Thank you for being there. Thank you for always watching my video. Please like this video, drop your own advice, your own counsel at the comment section, and share this video so that it will go around, so that everybody that doesn't know will get to know what things to put in place before he or she can contract his or her marriage, and so that mistakes that people are making in marriages these days, that is always as a result of lack of education, lack of relationship education, so that it will not happen again. Thank you and see you same time next week. Bye.